Hello there, welcome you back once again. My name is Elinokran. Coming up in our headlines for today, Bayern's Kane on Barcelona radar. 64-team tournament back on agenda. Black Stars to face Central African Republic in Morocco. Black Starlets suffer 3-0 defeat. Ghana moves ahead of Nigeria. Zambia misses Netball World Youth Cup. Kenya, South Africa celebrate athlete success on return. Aruna retains top spots. Now on to our stories in details. I'm beginning from home. Ghana's Black Stars will continue their push for a place at the 2026 FIFA World Cup when they lock horns with the Central African Republic in their penultimate Group I qualifier on Wednesday, October 8, 2025. The crucial encounter is scheduled for the Al Abdi Stadium in El Jadida in Morocco. Ghana currently sits among the leading contenders in the group, but with just 2 matches left to play, the margin for error is extremely slim. Head coach Otto is expected to name a strong squad, blending Europe-based stars with top-performing local talent to ensure Ghana maintains its momentum. Following the El Jadida clash, the Black Stars will return home to face Comoros at the Accra Sports Stadium on Saturday, October 11th, in what could prove to be the decisive fixture in the group. Still on our national teams, the Ivory Coast under-17 male national team put up a stellar performance on Tuesday evening, brushing aside the Ghana under-17 side with a 3-0 victory in the WAFU B under-17 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. Ghana's under-17 side, nicknamed the Black Starlets, commenced their campaign at the tournament with a 1-1 draw against Togo. Heading into the encounter against Ivory Coast, the Starlets needed to secure a win at all costs to improve their chances of advancing to the next stage of the tournament. Unfortunately for Ghana, Ivory Coast proved to be an opponent too strong as the host cruised to a big win. The Black Starlets will now aim for a win against Niger in their final Group A match to stand any chance of advancing to the next stage. In boxing, Anthony Joshua's long-awaited return to the ring could take place in Ghana after his promoter Eddie Hearn confirmed that Accra is ahead of Nigeria in the race to host the 2-time world heavyweight champion's first ever fight on African soil. Joshua, 35, has not fought since his dramatic Wembley Stadium clash in September 2024 when he was stopped in the 5th round by Daniel Dubois. His comeback is now expected in the first quarter of 2026 against what Hearn described as a top 20 opponent. Speaking in an interview with The Ring, Hearn disclosed that while Nigerian promoter Dr. Ezekiel Adamu has expressed strong interest in staging a fight in Joshua's homeland, discussions with him have yet not taken place. By contrast, Hearn confirmed that Ghana has already held talks and presented a concrete bid. Away from Ghana, Zambia has been disqualified from the Netball World Youth Cup 2025 after failing to secure visas and flight tickets by the official deadline, World Netball confirmed late on Sunday. The decision means Zambia will not participate in the remainder of the tournament currently taking place in Gibraltar, and its remaining matches have been forfeited. In a statement, World Netball said Zambia and Sri Lanka were withdrawn due to unresolved logistical issues, including failure to meet the travel documentation deadline of Sunday. As per tournament regulations, scheduled opponents will be awarded 2 points for each forfeited match. The 2025 Netball World Youth Cup brings together top under-21 teams from across the globe. Kenya's national athletics team was greeted with jubilation after an impressive showing at the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo, where they finished second overall behind the United States. The East African Giants secured a total of 11 medals, 7 gold, 2 silver and 2 bronze, reaffirming their dominance in middle and long-distance events. At Nairobi's main airport, fans, officials and family members welcomed the champions with song and cheer. Draped in tinsel and wearing traditional wreath, the athletes were carried through the crowd in celebration of their achievement. Meanwhile, South Africa's track and field squad also received a warm welcome after their campaign in Tokyo. The men's 4x400 meters relay team, including Wayne van Niekerk, secured bronze, marking South Africa's first World Championship medal since 2017. Team leader Jen Vester praised the progress of the South African team, noting several top 10 finishes across different events, a clear sign of growing depth and potential in the nation's athletics program. The next World Athletics Championship will take place in Beijing, China in 2027. Away to Nigeria, Nigeria's table tennis star Aruna has maintained his status as the country's #1 player in the latest International Table Tennis Federation World Rankings for week 39. The 36-year-old, who sits 27 globally with 1,185 points, also remains Africa's top-ranked player ahead of Egypt's Omar Assar. Among Nigerians, Aruna's dominance is unmatched. On the women's side, Fatima Bello leads Nigeria's charge, ranked 120th with 189 points. Egypt's teenage sensation Hannah Gouda continues to set the pace for Africa, ranked 25th globally. The rankings update comes just weeks before the ITTF African Championships in Tunis, scheduled for October 12. On some international news, Barcelona could make a move for Bayern Munich striker Harry Kane in the summer, the Sun report. Kane, 32, is reportedly happy in Germany, but should he decide to leave, then the Blaugrana see him as a potential replacement for Robert Lewandowski, who is now 37. They have also been linked with Manchester City's Erling Haaland. According to Bild, Kane has a clause in his contract that means he could leave Bayern for €65 million in 2026, but only if he announces his intention to leave before the end of the January window. His former club Tottenham Hotspur also has first refusal on his signature, and speaking about a potential reunion, Spurs manager Thomas Frank said that there is a lot of Tottenham fans, including himself, who would like to see Kane back and that he is a top player. On our final story, a 64-team World Cup is back on the agenda after some of the most powerful executives in South American football met FIFA on Tuesday to present their proposals for an expanded tournament in 2030. Next summer's 2026 World Cup will be the biggest ever with 48 teams, but it is still not enough for the South American Confederation, Netball, who is determined to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the tournament by hosting as many games as possible on its continent in 2030. Netball wants more games and more teams, and they made its case with President Alejandro Dominguez met his FIFA counterpart Gianni Infantino in New York on Tuesday. A 64-team World Cup would see almost a third of FIFA's 211 member associations playing in the finals, and it will make qualifying little more than a formality for the strongest sides. This is what I have for you for now. Do like and subscribe. I'll be back with more.